Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. It's Cassius, Tryptamine Astrology Readings, and at this very moment, I feel a wave of euphoria in the air. And it's a very interesting moment because today we've got Venus exactly sextile Mars, we've got Venus opposition Uranus still peaking, we've got Jupiter exactly conjunct Makemake, the dwarf planet Makemake. Makemake and Haumea are orbitally related dwarf planets. I think their rate of inclination to the ecliptic, the belt of all planets, is similar, but astronomers say that these two dwarf planets are astronomically cousins, right? So I've noticed all these fateful times when Makemake and Haumea are both activated at the same time via conjunctions. The blood moon eclipses happened, three of them conjunct Haumea, and the last one was conjunct Makemake. And in 2015, there was this Mercury retrograde at the final blood moon that started conjunct Haumea, retrograded back to Makemake, and then went back to Haumea. So, also in the chart of almost every single person I've ever seen with a planet conjunct Haumea, there's another one conjunct Makemake. I know someone that's Sun conjunct Makemake, Mercury conjunct Haumea. I know someone that's Sun and Venus conjunct Makemake, and something else I forgot conjunct Haumea. I know someone that has Venus conjunct Haumea, Mercury conjunct Makemake. Every single time. There's something up with these planets. I really don't know what it is yet, but I think that these dwarf planets, and there are a few of them, not like 50 of them, like the asteroids that some people believe in that I don't really believe in. Not like the centaur planets like Chiron, which I still don't know what to believe about. Because I've seen some real things about Chiron, but it's a really weird thing because there are so many centaur planets that, logically thinking, how could 1 out of 20, 30 of these planets, the same size, these centaur planets, be considered if all the rest, we don't consider? There's a dwarf planet called Chariklo that has rings that is larger than Chiron. Chariklo. And I don't take that into consideration, and I have tried to, and I can't tell what it does, if anything. So, Pluto, though, Pluto is real. You know Pluto when you feel it. It's an unmistakable feeling. No doubt. So I think that these dwarf planets, Eris, Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, Orcus, Foruna, I think these dwarf planets actually do things. Some of them have little to no effect that I can tell. Ixion and Quasar, I still can't tell what they do. I've found them in very strange, fateful places, but I still don't know what it does. So anyway, back to today. Mars is starting to conjoin the galactic center and the dwarf planet Quasar. So we've got this moment right now when several planets are conjunct dwarf planets in the sky. And when this happens, it seems to be this type of fateful time when you can't put your finger on what it is, but something is changing. Some kind of milestone of progress has been reached. Some kind of clarity just comes out of nowhere, out of the depths of the outer solar system's energy with the dwarf planets, maybe. Something like that. Something literally like that is what I believe is happening. So, Jupiter conjunct Makemake with the Sun about to conjoin Jupiter and Makemake in about 5 days, and tell us what this really does. We've got Venus finishing up its conjunction to Haumea, opposition to Uranus conjunct Eris, foreshadowing the Jupiter opposition Uranus, Jupiter sextile Saturn, which will dominate all of next year. See my previous video about that. So, we've got this strange moment of clarity. But the main thing that I should have mentioned at the beginning of this video is today is a euphoric day. And as you can tell, I'm feeling it. Venus sextile Mars is a very positive, socially warm aspect, especially in the air and fire signs. Warm, delicate signs, Libra and Sagittarius. Venus sextile Mars, very positive for very warm social harmony aspect. We're past the point where Venus opposition Uranus was volatile, where Sun square Mars was volatile, and now it's better. There is still some frustration beneath the surface that you might feel with Sun square Mars. This is a slow Sun square Mars. A very slow one. So waves of frustration that have built up over the last several days might randomly come up, and frustration might occur. But overall, it's warmer today, much warmer, and a very happy, peaceful, warm Venus sextile Mars. The sun starting to move out of Virgo is also alleviating the coldness. We've still got Mercury retrograde in the dead center of Virgo, but Mercury, well, it's kind of in a peaceful place in my opinion. Mercury trine Pluto is a very cleansing aspect, no doubt. Pluto trines can be sometimes they can be jagged and uncomfortable still, but Pluto trines tend to have this regenerative, purging, shedding snakeskin, purifying, change-making, intuitive type feeling. The dwarf planets all seem to have this kind of plutonic, deep, purging, intuitive way about them, connecting to things that you don't usually connect to. This type of clarity can be acquired from the dwarf planet feelings, and I feel like these moments of deep intuitive clarity are the product of these moments when multiple planets are conjunct dwarf planets, like right now, North Node starting to conjoin Orcus, Jupiter conjunct Makemake, Venus conjunct Haumea, Uranus conjunct Eris, Mars conjunct Quasar. I think it's a moment of deep clarity right now, deep intuition coming through, and my theory, what I feel about the dwarf planets right now, is that these things seem to be like, imagine a copper ball. The planets are copper balls, conducting the energy, the light rays of the area of sky it's in. You've got Quasar in Sagittarius. It's this copper ball out in the outer solar system that is conducting the energy of the light of the stars, like the light of the stars beaming through this copper ball that is the dwarf planet. And my theory is that the dwarf planets have this specific way of conducting the energy of the sign they're in because it's not getting many sun rays way out in the outer solar system. So it gets more of these underworld type deep space light rays, right? So I think that these dwarf planets just are conductors for this type of light ray that is the spirit energy that's, coming from the stars in the sign the dwarf planet is in. So that's my intuitive personal feeling about what the dwarf planets do. I think they all have this certain way of conducting the light rays of the stars that are more underworld type light rays of stars because the sun's rays aren't touching these dwarf planets. Hopefully that haphazard description that I just gave you will trigger your own personal intuition, and you can think more about that and feel it out for yourself. When I give you these words to describe, astrology, I hope that it triggers something in your own personal intuition and that you feel this rather than just take my words for it and believe it. So feel it to the fullest. It's a warm day today. There's some euphoria in the air. Energies or planets and energies that cause euphoria and on active energy. It's fire and air. It's energies like Mars, Uranus, Jupiter, Aquarius, Aries, Gemini, Leo, not so much Libra, a little bit Sagittarius. These active energies cause euphoria and energy and motivation. We've been through a whole year of the dead opposite of these active on euphoric energies. We've been through a year of total coldness, the dead opposite of Uranus, Mars, Jupiter. We've been through a year of Saturn square Neptune. So this year of low energy is about to yield back to a year of higher energy. The way you feel today is a foreshadowing of the way the next entire year will feel. No doubt. Where Venus is in Libra, this Libra feeling is going to be very present throughout the whole next year. So this is a special moment right now of clarity and warmth, tapping into these deep dwarf planet things that we barely understand. It's a very important moment right now. And if media frenzies happen, if terror attacks, possible false flags, whatever happens, don't let it usurp you of your peace. Don't let anything usurp you of your peace right now. Hold on to your peace. We'll be fine. If the worst things possible happen, we'll be fine. Because we will have accomplished our individual fates and destinies if we stay pure and just do what we can in life. So, much love. Enjoy this warm day. Peace.